so pristinely to me. Scorch me with your embers. You burn so pristinely, you see. Scorch me with your it's almost over. The reason crimes is the state I'm in. It's moving slower. Crash my head in the gates again. So pristinely to me. Scorch me with your embers. You glass so pristinely, you see. Scorch me with your pristine to me, so pristine to me. So pristine to me, so pristine to me. So pristine to me. I've seen the light, I've seen the light with your embers. I've seen the light, I've seen the light, I've seen the light with your embers. I've seen the light, I've seen the light. Your embers.
All right. So, what is the band's name, and can each of you introduce yourselves and what instrument you play?
All right, we are Astral Lite. My name is Johnny Palmer. I play guitar and do most of the lead vocals.
My name is Amanda, and I play bass and do harmony vocals.
I'm Kalen Boone, and I'm the drummer. I sing a little bit too.
How long have y'all been a band?
Well, I started Astral Lite in 2015. It's taken on many different lineups and whatnot, but this one's the best.
Yeah, and I think about a year later, Kaylin joined the band.
Yeah,
2016.
2016. He's been, the de facto drummer since then. He left the band before, our 2018 hiatus and and, pretty much fell apart without him.
We got back together though, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And then I've been part of the band since about January of this year.
Yes.
How would y'all describe your music?
Well, the music has also taken on many different forms, but it's always pretty much stayed within the realm of like post-punk / indie rock with an emphasis on, mystical, esoteric, or psychedelic elements. A lot of people say we sound like a 60s meets 80s kind of band. So, pretty much.
And where is the band from?
Well, at this point, we're all pretty much from Niceville.
Mm-hmm.
They still live in Niceville. I live near Pensacola, but we're still a Niceville band.
I know the band was on a bit of a hiatus for a couple of years. What made y'all decide to start playing again?
Um, well, it had been about 3 years of Astral Lite pretty much not being a thing. Uh, but then in Panama City, they started like this whole like psychedelic rock movement, and they asked us to play some of their events, and it's like, well, they want it, better give it to them. It feels right, and since then it's not limited to that. It's going again like full force and better than it ever has.
Right on.
Yeah, and beyond that, I think I think I speak for the rest of us when I say that I just deeply miss the music I made with Astral Light.
Oh yeah.
There's no freedom as a musician greater than playing in this band for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely felt that too. It's the most creative project I've ever been in, and I think that I don't know. It's nice to be able to just freely experiment and not have too many constraints.
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted for this band, for whoever to come through it, to just be able to express themselves creatively to the best of their ability. I mean, I write most of the songs, but like still, there's like a realm in each song for a person to come into and create their own thing within that realm. You know?
Everyone's adding something.
Yeah, absolutely.
The band recently released a new single. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, Strawberry Moon was one of the first songs I wrote for Astral Lite specifically, actually, and we've been playing it since our first show in 2015. And this went through some changes. It used to have a more like post-punk sort of element, but I wanted to rebirth it in this era. As like a new song. It kind of has like a more like country or like southern rock feel, classic rock feel to it now than it ever has, which is actually something we never really directly tried to sound like before, and it came out really interesting, I thought.
Yeah, I think everyone just kind of went with the feeling and the vibe of
Yeah.
the song, and
Yeah, I was
turned out
listening
really
to a
well.
lot of like REM and Neil Young, and like the guitar work, they do, like a hurricane, uh, the one I love, which we've also started covering recently.
Do you have any plans for a new record?
Well, yes, Strawberry Moon is just the start of a new record we are working on called Pseudoscientist, and we're about 2 to 3 songs deep, but once we get into a better recording situation than we're currently in, we plan to knock the rest of the recording out pretty quick, and we'll hopefully have it done before the year is over.
As you were saying before, you've had a few lineup changes since the last time y'all were on the show. What do you think makes the current lineup work, and how do you feel you've grown as a band since then?
Well, there have definitely been people who have been in this band before of a sort of questionable nature. If you present like the image of like psychedelia or whatever, it attracts people who might do too many drugs. But Kaylin is actually celebrating 1 year of sobriety yesterday, and you know, I trust that, you know, I don't trust people who, you know, want to like apply drugs to everything, and you know, so it's like we're more of like a mostly sober band now. It's like far more positive of a vibe. Nobody's bringing it down, and these two are married, so it's like it's as opposed to having like 4 or 5 people in the band before. It's much easier to get 3 people together, especially when I just have to drive to their house. They're always in the same spot, and you know, because they're married, they have that love connection that absolutely pours through in the music, and I think our sound is more beautiful than it's ever been.
And even besides that, I feel like you two have grown a lot as people, just
Yeah.
separately, and coming together, being able to kind of celebrate that is really
Yeah.
nice. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're definitely on a very positive push.
Yeah.
And unlike in the past, where sometimes we might have been, you know, engrossed in our image, it's really all about the music and the way it makes us feel.
Absolutely.
Innocuous Night.
What have y'all been listening to lately?
Well, I'm always listening to post-punk, of course, but a lot of things I've been interested in lately are like the hyperpop scene, like 100 Gex, Caro Caro, Bonito. Some really interesting people in that scene, Caroline Polachek, Dorian Electra, and you know, a lot of just always indie rock. Also, I like really sophisticated female singer-songwriters like Kate Bush and Julia Holter and stuff.
So I got really into hip hop actually. So I've been listening to like a lot of like Anderson Paak.
Yeah, always good. Yeah.
And that got me into like Silk Sonic and just like this Motown that's all about like happiness and groove.
Yeah.
I really love that stuff, and in the more rock and roll alternative scene, one of my favorite bands is the Vaccines, who just recorded in my hometown. I love them. They're definitely an inspiration. They have this blend of, you know, alt rock and pop that I think is just excellent. It's sonic gold. On top of that, one of my favorite acts is a progressive rock band called Porcupine Tree, and they just got back together, kind of like us, I guess.
Yeah, parallel.
Yeah. And they're one of my favorite all-time bands. So I've been listening to a lot of that as well.
I listen to a pretty wide range of stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I really like. I've lately been into the Fleet Foxes again. Been revisiting a lot of their stuff, and I also listen to a lot of metal. Just kind of wide range, Whitechapel, things like that. And also some pop and hip hop in there too. It just kind of depends on the mood, really, for me.
Yeah, I think the Fleet Foxes is good because, you know, one thing we never really had before is 3-part harmonies, which is something we're trying to execute in the band now.
Yeah.
New sonic areas.
It's nice practice for me, you know, in the car, because that's
Yeah.
that was the first project I ever did harmonies for, was a kind of folk project. So it's nice practice for me.
Can everyone in the band tell me about their first psychedelic experience in whatever interpretation of that word you choose?
I'll go first because mine's quick and easy. I've never taken psychedelics like acid or mushrooms. I think the closest thing to a psychedelic experience for me would be one time I smoked weed and I was walking around my kitchen saying I was a cloud. I felt like I was a pink cloud floating around the room.
Yeah, so I guess the first psychedelic experience I ever had, I'm not going to say his name, but it was with a good friend of mine. And we went over to this guy's house and we dropped, you know, on under the tongue. And it was Christmas time. And I remember, you know, about a half hour later walking around and looking at the Christmas lights, and they were all expanding and moving. And we went in Niceville. They have this little Christmas village they set up every year.
It's a great place.
So we went into there, and there was a song coming from a bench. So we followed, you know, the sound, and we found this little musical bench, and we just sat there and we talked for like 2 hours. And there was just this Christmas music. And later on, I figured out there was a speaker under that bench. But to me, it was the most magical thing that I had ever seen in my life, because my perspective was completely changed.
Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, well, when I was, I think I was like sophomore year of high school, I bought like 5 hits of acid, and I tried to take one, and it's like hour and a half later, it's like, oh, this isn't working. I'm not gonna have a psychedelic experience. This sucks. But so then I like, you know, eat 2 more, and well, it was a beautiful mistake. I'm still convinced it's not gonna work. So I lay down. And I throw on some Animal Collective because I feel like maybe that would help it come on, and and it certainly did. Peace Bone. It finally brought me to that place. I'm just trying to sleep, listening to weird music that I heard on MySpace, and I thought maybe I'll actually understand it under these chemicals. So there all of a sudden is coming on quite slowly, very kaleidoscopically, while I'm hearing I think his name is Panda Bear, and that band, he's just going, yeah, 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 yeah. And I sit up and yes, I am awake now in more ways than one. The rest is history.
Well, thank y'all so much for coming on and playing.
Thank you. We had a splendid time. Absolute wonderful time.
It was great. Thank you so much
Yes,
for having us.
thank you for having us.
We were Astral Lite. Bye.